up, everyone? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Women's History Month.
And it's also Sports Day.
Oh, yeah.
Mia, you're muted.
Oops.
There you go.
Sports Day. Happy Sports Day. We all got.
So who's the best team out there, huh?
Chargers. You got, Chargers.
I don't know.
Baseball, football, soccer,
I don't know. What are they? The San Leandro, San Los Angeles Chargers? What's? I don't even know anymore.
Wow. So they were San Diego first, and then they had to move. I don't know why. I hope they come back. They're LA Chargers now, which is because there's so
they're LA. The LA Chargers.
So there's LA Rams. Oh my God.
Are they in the Rams stadium?
I don't know. No, they actually built their own stadium, which is awesome. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Maybe in 3 years we can all go there and watch them play.
Oh yeah.
Just kidding. All right, let's get the show started. Bye, y'all.
All right, bye. All right, that's it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yep. Happy Spirit Week. On this slide right here, it's showing you some silhouettes of some amazing staff that are women in our school. And there's a little game that we're doing where you have to try and figure out. 2 of them are from the high school and the rest of them are from the middle school. So I hope you guys can figure out who they are.
Yeah, like Mia said, they're not just teachers, they're staff. So there's a lot of them. I could name all of them because I kind of got the answers, but I'm not going to name them. Teachers are not allowed to participate. So yeah.
I have no clue who they are. I'm gonna have a hard time trying to figure this out. Okay. At Impact, we strive to create and maintain a safe space, both physical and virtual, for everyone in this community.
All right, this is a safe zone. Plus, today we are going to be focusing on community. All right, so safe zone. This space respects all aspects of people, including race, ethnicity, gender expression, sexual orientation, socioeconomic background, age, religion, and ability. And we will be talking about women's community a lot because it's Women's History Month, and we ought to respect that like we respect Black History Month. Let's just keep it going.
Yep. So be ready for some Women's Month. I hope you guys all show thanks to everybody in your community that is women that you know, that you look up to. And next we're going to be getting to birthdays. We're going to be saying happy birthday.
Birthday to everyone, all the beautiful people, and if there's birthdays for missing, sorry, and happy birthday.
Happy birthday in the chat. Know them. If you don't, just say happy birthday. You guys say happy birthday in the chat. Coming up next. Oh, thanks, Miss Storm, for saying happy birthday to everybody.
Yeah, thank you. Talks. I'm Joseph Johnson. Come in.
Hi, my name is Mia Kendall, and welcome to Tiny Talks.
All right, welcome everyone to Tiny Talks. Woo! So excited.
Yep.
That intro is absolutely my favorite.
Yes, getting ready to, everybody ready to get your day started with some Tiny Talks.
Yes.
Okay. Today we're going to be interviewing and asking some questions from Tamira, I think you say Walker. I'm sorry, you can correct me when you come back in. Yes. Hello.
Hi, it's Tamira, but I'm old, so I prefer Miss Walker from the youth.
Walker.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you let us know your pronouns and stuff like that?
She, her.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
So, Joseph, would you like to start and ask her some questions, or would you like me to go first?
Yes, I'd love to start. Miss Walker, would you like to just introduce yourself? Well, let everyone know who you are, where you come from, how you got in your business, and why you chose that business, please and thank you.
Yeah. So I'm Tamara Walker. I'm the director of STEM here at Envision Schools. And I was one of those young Black girls in school that was really, really good at math. But as I advanced in the math pipeline, I started to feel less and less like it was an inclusive space. So as I graduated my undergraduate degree from the Howard University, shout out to HU Bison, I decided to serve my community by becoming an educator, and then reignited my passion for math as a math teacher, and as the daughter of two young Black professionals who pursued tech way back in the day before it was a thing. And just in honor of what they were able to overcome, because they both grew up in extreme poverty. And they were able to use education and use STEM education as a way to create a better life for themselves and for me. I decided to serve my community in the same way. And so for me, it's important to advance equity in the STEM pipeline, meaning that every student, regardless of their background, regardless of their orientation, feels welcome in STEM classrooms and feels prepared for this high-tech economy that we have going on out here. So that's me in a nutshell, and how I got here to Envision Schools.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, I heard something you said earlier talking about how when you started off, it wasn't very inclusive, and it seems like you might have been one of the very few women in the field. And also, I heard you say you were talking about you wanted to make it a more inclusive space to people that are, women or have different sexual orientations or are just seen as different or seen as not the standard for the job you are. And I'd like to hear more about how over time you've made it more inclusive.
Yeah, so I taught for 10 years. I taught math for 10 years. I taught grades 1 through 8. And it was very important. And I predominantly served communities that were predominantly African American or predominantly Latinx. So as a teacher, it was just really important for me to make sure that all my students knew that they were brilliant. That brilliance comes in many shapes, many forms, and that a lot of people don't know that math concepts and math as a study has roots in indigenous cultures here in the Western Hemisphere. So meaning indigenous cultures here in North Central and what we now call North Central and South America. also in indigenous cultures in what we know now as the UAE, and in indigenous cultures in Africa. So people of color really pioneered the study of mathematics. So students of color should feel like they belong in that study, and they should feel like that math is an accessible skill. And same thing for science. So so for me, it was just important to make sure I had an environment where students were challenged so that they could see their own brilliance. That's kind of the ways. And then as I became a leader, it's also very important for me to hold space for other women and support their leadership. And also to continue to uphold the voice of and the representation of Black and Brown folks that are currently working as STEM professionals, or that have contributed things, important innovations to the field. So the STEM panel was an example of how I did that here at Envision.
Okay, so
cool.
good. So like you said, there is a STEM panel. Would you like to give us details and about who you interviewed and like why you chose them? It was your choice.
Yeah, so it was a community kind of endeavor. So I just asked folks, hey, do you know anybody that's working in the field? And a lot of my friends and a lot of my wonderful colleagues here at Envision just selected people. But I used to work in tech a little bit, like supporting, like Kelvin that you see up here on the screen. He was in a program that I was a leader in, and so I used to help people help Black and Brown folks get jobs in tech. And so I know a lot of people, and so all of those folks that you see that came across, software engineers, data scientists, we had actual just pure scientists. We had people that worked on the business side. So there were all kind of folks there on the panel, all representing Black and Brown communities. You know, I wanted the community of families, students to see that we also belong there, and to give more information about how students who are interested or to how they can get on that pathway so that they can also be wonderfully brilliant STEM workers like we saw there on the panel.
Yeah, thank you. Do you know what date this was hosted, or is there like videos we can watch somewhere?
Oh yeah.
I actually do have a video, so I will make sure that I share it with Mr. B and Mr. Key so that they can share it out with you guys, because we did record it. It was really, really good.
That's good. I look forward to watching that. Very much so.
Yeah, I just wanted to say something real quick. I think it's so cool that you use your job to help others get similar jobs in the field. I feel like not a lot of people realize when they're working in their jobs, they don't realize how much they could help others and how much they could inspire other people by showing them that they can be included and that it should be more inclusive than it is. And you being able to use something that you have, like the foundation of your job, to help others build up their job and be able to get more in the field that they want to be in, and help them become who they want to be and help them do something that makes them happy. And I think that's so cool, and that you share and show so much positivity to your community.
Thank you, Mia. Yeah, it takes, that's how we, as folks of color, you know, the experience here in the United States has had some bitter moments as well as some sweet moments. So, you know, we all have to work together to make sure that we have a healthy and a thriving and an inclusive community. So we have to work across difference. But we, you know, until we are all at a place of equity, it's important that we do create those safe spaces and bring our community along with us.
Yeah. Just looking at the chat and like, I know you because you're here. I don't know what year, 2000, like 18,
Mm-hmm.
STEM panel, like month. You have so many. You're an inspiration to like so many people in the chat and like part of the impact community. So yeah, so keep it up.
Thank you, Joseph. I love the impact community. I love coming to the middle grades. I'm always seeing some really cool and exciting explorations and students really stepping up every time I've been to the math classrooms. And I look forward to when we get back in person to come into some of the science classrooms too. So we got some exciting plans coming down the pike. So for those of you that are really interested in coding and biomedical stuff, we have some things coming so you can kind of put your toe in and see if tech or medicine or health tech or health science is for you. So I'm looking forward to us really getting that interest up and getting some really, really cool STEM classes there on campus to already add to the brilliant work that all of your STEM educators are doing there at IAMG. So
yeah, recently, I myself, I've been into coding, and I found a program you might know, the Hidden Genius Project.
yes, I know the founder quite well.
Yeah, I went to the info session. I think last week Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday. Well, yeah. I went there and I'll have my interview tomorrow.
Okay.
Excited,
Stuff.
So yeah.
Yeah, get on in there. They do really, really cool stuff over there. Like really, really cool stuff. I remember one student was like building an app for sneakerheads so that they could trade like sneakers. It was really cool.
Yeah.
So I think that that's a great community to be a part of. So I'm wishing you the best of luck in that. That's dope.
Yeah, and then my friend Eric, like he just commented, he's
Hey, I see in the comment, Eric. I see you. You invited him. All right, that's right. You are your brother's keeper. Bring your brother along. That's wonderful.
I heard you say earlier that you went to Howard University. That's also super cool.
Yeah.
Isn't it an African American school college, I think?
Yeah, it's an historically Black college. So for people who don't know, there was a time where African American people were not allowed to go to college. And so historically Black colleges were founded so that African Americans could have a place to go and to study and get advanced degrees. And so Howard has just a legacy of excellence. And there are also other minority serving institutions. So there are in like schools for indigenous that serve indigenous communities. There are schools that are predominantly, they call them Hispanic serving institutions. So all different types of communities have universities established to kind of offset some of the legal racism that we had at a particular time in our country. But by going to Howard, I learned a lot about a self-pride and being proud of African-American history and African-American culture. But it was an inclusive place. We had students from all around the world attend. And the our current vice president is a graduate of Howard University. And a lot of other famous people that, so I would suggest that anybody kind of look up Howard University graduates because we do have a very prestigious alumni. I'm very proud of my school.
Yeah.
Howard University graduates are notorious for having a lot of school pride. So
Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you so much for coming today.
Yes, I am just honored that y'all asked me to be here. And thank you so much for inviting me. And you two are just so impressive. I'm just in awe of your interview skills and just your beautiful and warm lights. So thank you so much for inviting me here.
No, thank you. Have a wonderful Friday.
Hey, it's Friday. All right, you too.
All right.
Thank you. Okay.
Whew.
Coming up next, drum roll.
We have our two wonderful coaches, Coach Sam and Coach Tristan, which used to be our flex teacher.
Hey.
Hi.
All right, so could we start introducing one another? Let's start with Coach Sam. Please introduce yourself with your name. I already said it, but your pronouns and your role here at Impact.
Hey everybody, good morning. My name is Coach Sam. For those of you that don't know me, I am the 7th grade physical activities teacher. And yeah, thank you, Mia and Joseph, for inviting me. I'm really happy to finally be here. And yes, really excited. I see Joseph and Mia also repping their sports team. We gotta get Coach T on that too. I know he has his jersey there in the closet, so I see repping the Oakland today, right?
Yeah, you got to get the Chargers. All right, Coach T, would you mind introducing yourself?
Yep. Hi, everybody. Hi, Joseph and me and Coach Sam. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Coach T, and I'm the 6th grade physical activities teacher. Just to echo Coach Sam, thank you, Joseph and Mia, for having us. I'm so proud of all of you. Mia has been like a bright spot in physical activity, especially in theater. She brought her past theater knowledge. So I'm really excited. I was really excited to know that and see you blossom.
Thank you.
Yay.
Nice to see you guys here today. So I have some questions for you guys. I'll start off by asking Coach T a couple of questions. I'd like to know like how you got into teaching and how you became a part of like the Impact community and how it's affected you since then.
Yeah, my journey to teaching has been like sort of a long one. While I was at college at East Bay, I used to come back to Impact because I used to go here. I used to help out with grad portfolio things and just helping out in the LC, just little things here and there. And I was kept in contact with Mr. Key. And then a few years later, when I graduated, I used to be in special education. So I used to do that at a school close to my house. And a position for Flex opened up. So I was lucky enough to be part of the Impact community again. And this year I got another opportunity to be the physical education teacher or physical activities teacher. So I'm still learning, and this is has been a great journey so far.
It's so cool. I didn't know that you were, involved with Impact before you started teaching here. Like you already were kind of at knowledge about them. And I think that's really cool because I didn't know that about you. And I'd like to know more about that and how you really started to get to know them at the beginning, like if you went to school here or if you like how you came of knowledge of Impact.
Yeah, so another fun fact about me is that I was part of the founding class at Impact. So me and another group of students were the first to actually start at the school. So way back in 2007, 2008, we were in another city. We were borderline San Leandro and Hayward, and we've gone through some moves in the past. And so it's really cool to actually start at a school, being the only sort of 9th graders there, and then kind of building it up, and then also coming back and teaching here. So everything's come full circle.
Yeah, so next year, so all the incoming 6th graders and our fellow 6th graders are going to be 7th graders, community meetings. They're awesome in person, and there will be Coach Tristan's pictures there if they don't take it down, following up with the rest of the founding students. So, yeah.
That's so cool. I didn't even know you were a founding student. That's such a cool thing to know. I didn't even know that. I'll start asking Coach Sam a couple of questions too. If you'd like to join in, Coach T, you can also answer some of the questions if you have some cool answers to them. Coach Sam, I'd also like to ask you one of the same questions I asked Coach T, like how you really started off here at Impact and how you became a teacher here and about your career path.
Yeah, this is actually my 4th year now at Impact. Why I decided to become a physical education teacher. I also, like Mr. Tristan, went to Cal State East Bay, and I know some other teachers in here here at Impact. Also, we rep Cal State East Bay really hard. You should see us during the college fairs. We get loud. So I also went to Cal State East Bay. Originally, when I first went to college, as a freshman, I always wanted to be an architect. But then I quickly realized that math was really hard for me. Although I, kind of regret giving up on that. But I then just started thinking, like, what do I really want to do with my career? What do I really enjoy doing? And two of the things that kept popping up were being outdoors is something that I love and enjoy. Is being outdoor, being active, right? Being involved in sports, and also helping other people, and especially helping younger people. So that kind of drove my decision to become a teacher, and specifically a physical education teacher. So I went down the career path of kinesiology at Cal State East Bay. I got my bachelor's of science from Cal State East Bay in kinesiology. For those of you that don't know what kinesiology means, it is actually the study of human movement. So that's what I studied at Cal State East Bay, and specifically the physical education teaching is what I went into. And then right off after I graduated from East Bay, I started looking for jobs, and I was working at T-Mobile selling cell phones for like 5 years. So I was like, I need a new career. I need, get out of here and start actually doing what I love. And that's when I found Impact through a coworker I used to work with, Tammy. She told me all about Impact, and I fell in love, right away. And then I was like, I'm so excited and happy. And then Joel, Mr. Key, and Mr. Brian took me in, and as a brand new teacher, and here I am now.
Okay.
Joining my portfolio.
Keep going. Sorry. Yeah, sounds like an awesome journey from both of you guys. Architect to and founding student. We do have other interviews and other things. I want to ask you guys 2 more questions. Well, comment. Yeah, I wish we could have had Coach G here. That would have been awesome. Yeah. But and then a question: who is your favorite women's athlete or women's team? Let's start with Coach Sam.
Yeah, I think for me, it's really open. It was really hard for me to decide on one. I really enjoy right now the WNBA. I like following WNBA a lot, go hand in hand with the NBA season, and also some tennis. I think they just finished the Australian Open, where Naomi Osaka, I think is her last name, just won the Grand Slam. So she's one athlete that I really enjoy watching. She's young, and she's taking on the veterans like Serena Williams and taking them down. So she's on the come up. So there's a lot of great women athletes right now, upcoming women athlete. So if I were to pick one, I wouldn't know who to choose. But I also like, for the soccer fans in here, Megan Rapinoe from the U.S. women's soccer team. She's so dominant.
All right. Thank
you. Thank you.
Coach T, would you like to talk about women's sports and your favorite woman athlete? Yeah.
Yeah, just like Coach Sam, there's like so many great women athletes out there. One that I really kind of admire is Lisa Leslie, and I like Gabby Douglas too, the gymnast in the Olympics. Just being able to like watch her perform, all the tumbling stuff. It's like that's something that I really like to do when I was younger. So just like seeing somebody like really strong like Gabby Douglas like do that and actually win. It was a really great experience just to watch that.
Yay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys both for joining us today. You guys were so amazing in your interviews, and I learned so much about you both that I didn't know before. And I bet the rest of the Impact community learned a lot about you guys. So thank you for joining us today and, helping the community out, figuring more about you. So thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
Yes, thank you guys.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you for coming.
All right, so coming up next, there's no really slide for coming up next, but I might as well say myself. Coming up next, we have a special hello from Mr. Key.
Mr. Key.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Joseph. Hi, Mia.
Hey, baby, Yoda, Mr. Key.
All right, should I run the clip? Should I run it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Get it
Okay.
started.
Here we go. Let's get
They're ready.
$25. 2560. How does an awesome possum impact decorated teaching staff? Unite the students through Zoom chats, doing distance learning like academic acrobats. Breathe in, breathe out. You ready for more yet? So what did I miss? What did I miss? Impact my home, sweet home. I wanna give you a social distance hug. We've been praying for more rain all spring. This pandemic, man, it's the worst thing. They put a mess, alright, cause it saves lives. Woo! Alright.
Oh, what a remix. Woo.
That's the remix.
New one. So Mr. Key gave it to you.
Yeah.
There's the remix, everybody. Shout out to Jody, who provided the new lyrics. So thank you so much to Jody, and I hope you enjoyed the new mix, everybody.
The new mix.
All right, so let's get into Mr. Key's hello.
Yeah. I actually wanted to start off with a message. I was talking with Mr. Williams, who had heard from one of his students about this concern about this issue that's happened over the last year. And I don't know if you've heard of this in the news, of a rise in hate crimes towards members of our Asian American, Pacific Islander, South Asian, Southeast Asian communities here in the United States, where people are placing blame on them and then actually taking violent actions towards them because of the coronavirus. And it's totally misguided, and it has nothing to do with race or identity. So what we all have to know, and I think all of you know, is that no matter who you are, you can get or not get or give or not give the coronavirus. It has nothing to do with race. And so I just wanted to give this message to all of our Asian American students here at Impact, that this is a safe space for you. And that if you have encountered any sort of hate speech or bullying, please speak up or tell someone about it, or anyone, if you've heard any sort of comments or seen anything here at school or in the wider community, that is a time to stand up and stand for and with Asian American and Pacific Islander staff members, community members, because we really are all here for each other. So I just wanted to kind of start off on that note today, because I've realized it was something that we hadn't spoken about in the larger community. And this summer and this spring, I know that a diverse group of our community members stood with our Black community members saying Black Lives Matter. And I know that that means a lot to know that your community is there for you. And so I just wanted to go ahead and do that today and encourage you to do that in your advisories, in your classes, in your communities, to make sure that our Asian American community members know that we are here and that we have their back. So just wanted to put that out there and make sure that everyone knows. It's so important to us here as we create a safe zone at Impact Academy. All right, and I love seeing those comments in the chat too, to make sure that we are also feeling the love and the support. Thank you so much, everybody. And thanks to Mr. Williams for bringing that to me and to the student who came to Mr. Williams. I think that communication is what keeps us as healthy and strong. All right, we're gonna switch a little bit and bring Coach T back into the room. What did I miss? Coach T, what are you building here?
Yeah, that was my first lightsaber build. as you can see, it wasn't that it wasn't that good because there's wires everywhere. But yeah, I build lightsabers now. So a little backstory is that ever since I was a lot younger, when the sequel trilogies came out, or the prequels, I mean, back when you used to go to the movie theaters, people used to bring these lightsabers and have like little battles right in the in the walk areas and outside of the movie theater. So I always wanted one of these, one of the real metal ones, and I never really could afford one. But so since I was in quarantine, I just decided to build one. So it's kind of been my lifelong dream to actually kind of build these and collect them.
Do they work? I mean, I see electronics inside of the lightsaber there.
Yeah, they do work. They turn on, light up, and do a lot of cool things.
Can you show us?
Yeah, sure. So this is my second one. As you can see, it's a lot cleaner. So I'm still learning how to put them together and things like that. But yeah, so let me go on for you. So all you have to do is connect the blade in and see. So and we turn it on, and it has like little flashing things lightsaber blocks, and that's pretty cool.
Oh my god, that is the coolest thing. It really works.
Oh my god, that was so cool. Sorry.
Mr. B's into it too. Okay, wait. Do you have a couple more?
Yeah, I have a couple more. I think I provided you a picture of my other collection. But one of them that I'm really excited to build is the one that's the second to last one. The second to last one. I custom painted that one, and that one's going to actually have a crystal chamber. So lightsabers are made with kyber crystals, and that's what kind of powers the lightsaber. So I'm planning on making one of those to actually light up and everything.
So cool. I love how you're bringing, this is almost like connecting the STEM, like what Ms. Walker was talking about earlier. Like
Yeah,
this
definitely.
meeting of like science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, right? Like building STEAM into it. So these are so cool.
Yeah, for sure. And for those of you that like coding, you could also code. You can do color coding because every number you enter kind of tells the little circuit board in here to produce a different color. So if you like coding and Star Wars and lightsabers, this is this can be like a perfect thing for you.
How can students get involved if they're interested in building a lightsaber?
There's so many ways because these are so accessible now. You can get, they don't have to be metal like this. You can get them plastic, and all you have to do is just know a little bit about coding and a little bit about wiring, and it's not that hard.
I assume there's like websites or Instagram channels or...
Yeah, there is a lot of YouTube channels. I learned to put my first lightsaber together by YouTube tutorials and just reading a lot. It's a long process, but if you're driven to do it, I think you'll be really successful.
Well, I just want to prop you for bringing the justice, the equity, the diversity, and the inclusion into Jedi. You really bring it all, Coach T. Do you have a Jedi name that you go by?
Not yet.
Okay.
If you have any suggestions for me, just let me know in the chat.
Yes, everyone, let Coach T know in the chat what his Jedi name should be. Thank you so much for coming and sharing this passion with us on What Did I Miss, Coach T?
Yeah, and then maybe we'll have a sequel when I fix this one. So...
Mr. B is back. He's screaming. Yes, there will be a sequel.
All right.
Bye. All right, we have one more guest. Thanks for sticking with us, everybody. We've got Anavea, who is sharing with us her baking and cooking skills. So welcome to the great Anavea Baking Show, Anavea.
Hi.
I see you're repping the Warriors today.
Yeah, and the A's.
And the A's. You got all the East Bay teams. Good. So, what got you into baking?
It might sound silly, but I remember one time, like around 4th of July, my cousin, he came over and he barbecues a lot, and he was showing me how to cut garlic. I don't know why, that was just so much fun to me. And I said that I wanted to start like baking, like cooking. And then my mom put me in a cooking class that does cooking and baking. And then I like recently found my interest in baking more. I feel like I'm gonna be a pastry chef.
Yes, I can see you like filling cupcakes with something there.
Yeah, the cupcakes, I actually did them for Christmas, and I was honestly impressed because I just started to bake around November, and I made those for Christmas, and I just seen it on Pinterest, and I had my own idea to fill it up, like put filling in the middle, and so I decorated them by myself. The stars, I'm not too sure if you could see it, but they're like reefs, and the stars on there, they were like really tricky.
Uh-huh. I love the creativity that you put into your baking. Is it an online baking class?
No, I actually go in person. It's in Palo Alto.
Wow, check you
Yeah.
out. Lucky you. Let's see. I think on the next screen you're making a turkey.
Yeah, I was helping my grandma do Thanksgiving dinner, and I was putting the stuffing in. And then where it says my name, above that, it's called taco mac and cheese. It sounds way better than it, like it tastes way better than it sounds. Like literally, it's so good.
It sounds and looks good. I would definitely eat that.
Yeah.
So let's see. What are you going to make next?
Maybe I think I want to do this rainbow cake with rainbow layers for St. Patrick's Day. So I was looking on Pinterest, and I'm not too sure when I'm gonna do it though. But I was thinking about it because it looks pretty cool to make.
I think we have one more item that you made that's actually rainbow. What is this?
This is the rainbow roll cake. I think this is actually the first thing that I made. Um, it was really good. My mom, she wants me to make it again for her birthday or something, but it was hard, like putting like rolling the cake because I was afraid it was gonna break and then we'd have to start all over again. But I didn't know how it was gonna turn out because me and my grandma were looking on Pinterest, and I was like, "Ooh, let's make that because it's a rainbow."
Yeah, I mean, you're so talented. And I think that, like you're seeing in the comments, I think you could take this far. So I'm glad to hear you're interested in becoming a pastry chef and that you're willing to put your work out there because that's what's going to get your name and your skills and your delicious confections into the bellies of your fans. So thanks for sharing your passion with us today, Anavea.
You're welcome. And I think I might want to start my YouTube channel soon on like showing people how to bake. So maybe someday I can inspire someone like my cousin inspired me.
Well, when you've started your channel, let us know how people can follow you so that they can watch your work.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Have a good weekend, Anavea.
Thank you. You too.
Bye. Cool. Well, major props to Coach T and Anavea for coming on the show. We would love more people to come on in upcoming weeks. So please let me, Mr. Key, know what did I miss?
Oh my God. That was awesome. Great job.
Yeah, Anavea.
This was a dope meeting, y'all. Like so many cool things. I
Yeah,
don't know if y'all can tell, but I was really impressed.
Yeah, with the lightsabers, the baking, like I would eat every single thing I saw. Yeah. It's a great
All right. Let's say goodbye.
Goodbye. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Our next community meeting is going to be on March 26th. There's no school next Friday, so we will see you in 2 weeks.
Wow. No school next Friday. All right. Thank you all for coming to community meeting. It is highly appreciated. and have a lovely weekend.
It's been Agatha all along. City, yes. Notice that. All along.